Hey folks, and welcome to the Salty Seaman. I just wanted to drop a quick line here. Two people I admire died today, so pretty interesting in the celebrity world. I've made a few of these over the years, and usually it's when something really strikes me. I've done Dusty Rhodes. I just did Chris Cornell, and there's been many I didn't get to. I should have probably, but I don't want to turn this into an obituary channel. But given the two for today, and one of them being military related, I figured why not talk a little bit about Art Bell and Arlie Ermey. Now, growing up, if you've seen one of my older videos, debunking slash coming up with plausible explanations for certain conspiracies, I come from that world. Like when I was in high school, I was very much into the unknown, conspiracy, cryptoids, UFOs, all that. I loved all that stuff. I still do. I do look at it more with a critical, skeptical eye these days. But it's always a lot of fun, and of course, Art Bell's Coast to Coast show was part of me growing up. I think everyone in the country got it. It was that show on late at night with the crazy people calling in and guests and talks of the Majestic 12 and government cover-ups and Bigfoot encounters and demons and giants and other issues as it's fondly remembered. And of course, it was my Holy Bible show. Art Bell was about the perfect host for it. He was not. He was a nice guy. He let his guests talk. He really didn't challenge it. I don't think that kind of show really would work for a lot of debate. It's more, I don't know how much of any of that Art Bell believed, but he was, he always treated his guests well. He let them talk and, gave them a platform essentially. I think that's why, people were drawn to his show, not just the topics, but they had a host that just, he was willing to go along with it because this is what people believed. And, some of it may or may not be true. A lot of it, probably most of it is made up or fantasy or just, a lot of people with mental issues. And a lot of it, especially when you get into conspiracies, some of them do end up coming true as on occasion, but very few. But regardless, the great Art Bell has left this dimension. And hopefully in the next dimension, he gets to host a show about the weird and wonderful world of Earth. Our plain, boring Earth, which is probably very, very interesting to an alien interdimensional group. Now, of course, the other big death today, Arlie Ermey, a.k.a. Gunny Hartman. I think anybody in the military knows him, and most people know him at least for one role, but God, what a role. You really can't go wrong with Full Metal Jacket's Gunnery Sergeant Hartman, the man in charge of our boot camp platoon we watched through the first half of the movie, and he made a career off that. He played one thing really well, Marine drill instructor, and by God could he play it really, really well. Every role he had afterwards was some spin on the drill instructor, if not a straight parody of his Hartman character. And of course, he had the show Mail Call, and he did a lot of special appearances. He was an interesting cat. I listened to an interview with him on the Adam Carolla podcast a few years ago, and he has an interesting life story, just beyond movies and the Marine Corps. It's worth a listen if you can go find it, or another similar interview. Check it out. But will always remain with us will be the first half of Full Metal Jacket. It's one of the strongest sections of any movie. I'll put it up against anything. I've of course reviewed the movie, and it's I guess Arlie Ermey's partially to thank for a couple of shekels that get thrown my month for the advertising dollars I get on it. It's one of my most popular videos, I believe. It's my second most popular actually after the Stolen Valor first one. So yeah, Arlie, we miss you, Gunny, and Semper Fi to Valhalla, all that fun stuff. You and Art Bell are quite the odd combo at the gate, but I think you have a lot to talk about. That's all the Salty Seaman's got for now. Peace, bitches.